Rajul Suthar, Assistant Professor of the Swaminarayan Institute of Technology, Gandhinagar. In previous session of Unit 10, we have discussed about the list interface and its method. In this session, we will discuss about the iterator. So, what do you mean by iterator? Iterator, it is the interface used to cycle through element in a collection. Example, displaying the elements, list of the element whenever we required to display. So iterator interface is required. List iterator extend iterator to allow bidirectional traversal of a list and the modification of elements. Each of the collection classes that provide the iterator method that return iterator to start of the collection. By using the iterator object, you can access each element in the collection, one element at a time. So how can we perform this by using the Java? Let me check. To use the iterator to cycle through the content of a collection, following are the steps. First, we required obtain an iterator to start of the collection by calling the collections iterator method. This is the name of the method. Iterator is required. And second, set up a loop that make a call to as next. So it will be display the next value. Have the loop iterator as long as has next, it return true. Means it required return true if the value will be displayed. Then with the loop, obtain each element by calling the next method. Also required this next method. This is the simple example. So here next method is useful. Let me check this example. Import array list class and iterator class. Here two statement we required to import like array list because we are using the util.array list. Import util.iterator. These two are mandatory while we are working with the iterator in Java. This is the name of a class. You can write here capital only. Small main is inbuilt function, but instead of you have to require the main. This is not mandatory, but if you create a class with another name, you can do it. Here the main is different from this main method. Make a collection. So we are using the array list. It is a string. Cars is equal to new array list, and this diamond symbol is required to generate the list. This is the method. Cars.add Volvo. Cars.add first Volvo we have add. Cars.add BMW. Cars.add Ford. Cars.add Mazda. So get the iterator. Iterator string it is equal to cars.iterator. This method is required. This is the we are generate the iterator by using the iterator method. So how can we print? By using system.out.println. It is one object created for iterator. It.next. So this is the output Volvo. Let me check this example in NetBeans. So for that you required this is the program. Save the program by using main.java. Save the program with the main.java. So I save the program with main.java. Okay. Then we required package name is a main also, and import two statement java util.arraylist and iterator. So import java.util.arraylist and util.iterator. Then public class main. Here the name of the class is main. Public static void main string argument s. This is the default main method. This is the collection. I return its name of the car, cars.add, and system.out.println it.next means it will be display the first car, first element only. That is a Volvo. So let me try to check and run the program. Build success. Okay. Volvo is our answer. Okay. This is the method used in iterator like boolean as next. So it return true if there are more elements, otherwise return false. E next, return the next element, true. No such element exception if there is not a next element. Void remove. Remove the current element, true. Illegal state exception if an attempt is made to call remove that is not proceed by the call to next. This remove method also used in iterator. What is the use of comparator? Comparator interface is used to set the sort order of an object to store in the sets and list. Comparator interface define two methods, compare and equals. Integer compare, object 1 and object 2. Object 1 and object 2 are the object 2 compared. This method returns 0 if the objects are equal. It returns a positive value if object 1 is greater than object 2. Otherwise, a negative value is returned. Comparator means compare the two object, object 1 and object 2. Boolean equals object space object. This statement also required to compare, means by using equal sign you can also check the compare between the two objects. Object is the object 2 tested for equality. The method return true if object and invoke the object are both comparator object. Use the same ordering, otherwise it return false. So this is the example for comparator. Import java.util.star. The name of a class is student. Its argument, its a parameter like string name, integer age, student, string name and integer age. This is the two parameter. This dot name, this dot age is equal to age. Class age comparator implements comparator object. Public integer compare object 1 O1 object O2. Student S1 is equal to student O1, that is the object of first student, and student S2, that is the object of second student. If S1 dot age double equal to S2 dot age, means we are comparing the age of two students S1 and S2. So it return 0. Else if S1 dot age greater than S2 dot age, return 1. Else means if these two conditions are false, then it return -1. We require the answer wrong, so it is the -1. Public class comparator demo. This is the program name, same name with the class name. Public static void means string argument as array list student. A1 is equal to new array list student. This diamond symbol is used to create a list. We are using the three student like A1 dot add new student Vijay, the age with 23. A1 dot add a new student Ajay, the age 27. And A1 dot add a new student Jay with 21. System dot out dot println sorting by age. This will be sort by age 21, 23 and 27. Collection dot sort AL comma new age comparator. This age comparator will be checked. Comparator will be checked this type of a condition. If both are equal, if S1 is greater than S2 or less than S2, so it will be -1. So collection dot sort AL comma new age comparator. Iterator student, this list will be created. Iterator 2 AL dot iterator, while iterator 2 dot has next student ST is equal to student iterator 2 dot next. This object will be used. System dot out dot println st dot name, and it will be display the name where stored in the st, and also cover the age st dot age. Try this type of example in NetBeans. Then vector class. What is a vector class? Vector implement a dynamic array. It is a similar to array list, but with a two difference. Here vector is same like the array list, but here the difference is vector is a synchronized. You can say that vector is a synchronized. What do you mean by synchronized? Synchronized means it work with its value. Means if we are working with Gmail, Gmail is synchronized with our phone. So each and every message will be displayed whenever any notification will be occur, or we contact the contact synchronized with the Gmail. So you can show the contact in your phone list, same as the Gmail list. Vector contain many legacy methods that are not part of the collection framework. Vector provide to be very useful if you don't know the size of the array is in advance, or you just need one that can change the size over the lifetime of a program. Vector is declared as a like this vector. You can use the vector E equal to new vector E, same like this is the program for vector. So import java.util.star. Star cover the all the import statement required with the program. Public class vector demo. Public static void main string argument s. This is the element we are adding in vector. So initial capacity is for vector string. Vec is equal to new vector string for. This is the element tiger, lion, dog, and elephant. Check the size and capacity. System.out.println size is, and this will be displayed with the size plus vec.size. System.out.println default capacity is using plus VEC capacity. It will be show the default capacity of a vector. System.out.println vector element. So it will be display the vector element. VEC.add element. You can add the number of element, like after this you can add rat, cat, and deer. Again check the size after addition by using plus VEC.size. Dot size is one method to display the after modification of a vector. System.out.println capacity after addition is, so it will be display the capacity by using again here same way we are using the VEC.capacity. So here display the element after adding. And system.out.println elements are changes. If VEC content tiger, so system.out.println the message is tiger is present at the index, because we are check tiger is available or not by using contains. Contains is we are comparing the element with the tiger. Same way if condition is not satisfied, so else system.out.println tiger is not present. And system.out.println we are using the first element of the vector. So which is the first element? Dot VEC dot first element. This method display the first element as well as last element. It will be show the last element is here elephant, but we are adding the three elements like three animal, rat, cat, and deer. So deer is last element. So it will be display the first element is a tiger and last element is a deer. Vector construction, how can we construct the vector? This is the description as well as constructor using vector. So vector is also one constructor. This is the default vector which has initial size of 10. Vector with the integer size. This constructor accept the argument that equal to the required size and create a vector whose initial capacity is specified by size. Vector integer size, integer increment. So this constructor create a vector whose initial capacity is specified by size and whose increment is specified by incr, that is the increment variable. The increment specifies the number of elements to allocate each time that a vector is resized upward. Vector collection C. It creates a vector that contains the element of collection C. Boolean contains all means it returns true. If the vector contains all the element in the specified, you can use the enumeration elements. So it returns the enumeration, that is the user defined data type. Compare component of its vector. You can use the object first element. In previous example, we are using the first element, so it will be displayed as element available at index 0. Same way for last element, you can use object get index, so it will be written the element at the specified position in the vector. Index of object element, it search for the first occurrence of a given argument and testing for equality using equal method. Boolean is empty, it will be check test if the vector has no component. You can use the last element, same way last index of, and if you want to remove object, so object remove integer index, so it will be check the specified location to remove the element from the vector. And remove all, this method is used to remove all the element from the vectors. Object set integer index object element, so it replaces the element at a specified position in the vector with the specified element. Here the index means if you replace the element from location 3, so here 3 will be covered, and object element, which element you want to replace, so element is covered here. Integer size, it returns the number of component in the vector, like the size is 10, so it will be written 10. Stack is a subclass of a vector that implement a standard last in first out manner. Stack, same like the data structure. We are inserting or push the value from one side, and we are removing the value from same side. Okay, last in first out. So last value will be out from first by using this way. This is the stack. So first, second, and third whenever we insert the value. So this is the last position where our last element is stored. If you remove the element, so it will be work from here, not from here. Okay. So this is the last in first out, means whatever the element that last come will be first out, LIFO manner. Stack only define the default constructor which create an empty stack. Stack include all the method defined by the vector and add the several of its own method. Stack is declared as follow. We all familiar. This stack st is equal to new stack. Here the object of a stack is created, where E is specified the type of object. This is one example Java code for a stack implementation. So we required import java.io.star and import java.util.star. Name of a class is test. You can change the name or whatever the name of your program. We are pushing the element on the top of the stack by using push method. So what is the use of push method? We are inserting the element. Static void stack push. Stack, this integer value will be covered, list of elements in the stack. For I is equal to 0, I less than 9, I plus plus. So total 9 element 0 to 8. I less than 9 means 9 is not covered, not equal to sign is here. So total 8 element is covered. Stack dot push, we are inserting each and every element by one by one. I plus plus is used. Same way for popping the element, pop method is useful here. So system.out.println pop operation for I is equal to 0, I less than 9, I plus plus integer y, integer stack dot pop system.out.println. So how this both method are useful? Here also we can peep, we can use the peep method. Peep is a element, integer element, integer stack peep system.out.println element on stack top. It will be work with the top of the stack. Then searching element in the stack, how can we search? By using this method, void stack search. We require the list of element and which element we want to search. So integer pop POS is a one method, integer stack dot search element. If position double equal to -1, system.out.println element not found means empty stack. If stack is empty, so no element will be covered. So this type of message is required, element not found. Else part, system.out.println element is found at a position plus it will be displayed with this position, whatever the answer will be covered. This is the main function, cover the stack push operation, pop operation, okay, peep search and search at specified location like 2 and 6. Let me try to run this type of a program in NetBeans. So this is our stack implementation program. Same like we have discussed. Here the loop cover the 0 to 9 means total 8 element. In this type of operation we are required. So after run the program, total element is 8 element, 0, 1, 2 up to 8, 0 to 8. Okay, total 9 element, but it will be covered from 0 index, so 0 to 8 element. Element on top of the stack is 8. Topmost element is 8. Element is found at a position. So in the second, it will be covered the position is 7. Element is found at position 6. So 6 at a 6th position, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So this 3 element available. This type of output you can generate by using the NetBeans in Java. Thank you for attending the session. We will discuss next portion, stack method. Let me check with the stack method. Here the boolean empty method you can use. You can use the peep. Peep means return the element on the top of the stack but does not remove it. Epop means it return the element on the top of the stack, removing in the process. Means this is the difference, peek and pop. In the pop, element is removed, but here element does not remove. Push E element means it is a required to insert the element. So push element on a stack, element is also written. Integer search, you can use the search particular object element, search for element in the stack. If found is offset from the top of the stack is written, otherwise -1 is written. Q we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you for attending the session. Please like and subscribe the channel.